Hello students, welcome you all in English classes of RDS group of school. Class, I hope you have completed your notes of chapter 3 which I sent you yesterday, and you have done all the things in the same way as I have instructed you about the work, about the page number, about the date, about the sketch color. Each and everything should be completed, and you have to decorate your thought. Don't leave it simple. Please show some creativity in your work. Only in thoughts, not in work. Okay, class? So I hope you have completed your thought syllabus and notes of chapter 3, Gopal and Hilsa Fish. And now I am going to explain the exercises of Gopal and Hilsa Fish one by one. So please mention the date. First of all, it is very necessary that you should mention date on the book, in the book also. Whatever you work do, you should mention that date. So first of all, we will mention true and false. The king lost his temper easily. It's true. Gopal was a madman. False. Gopal was a clever man. True. Gopal was too poor to afford decent cloth. False. The king got angry when he was known to be wrong. No, it is false. Then we will complete the sentences which are given here. Why is your face half shaven? Gopal's wife asked him why his face was half shaven. I accept the challenge, Your Majesty. Gopal told the king that he accepted the challenge. I want to see the king. Gopal told the guards that he wanted to see the king. Bring the man to me at once. The king ordered the guard to bring the man to him at once. So class, some words are given here. We have to write the meaning of the given word in the box. So challenge means a call to take part in a contest. Mystic means spiritual या mysterious. Comical means funny. Smearing means mark carelessly or put something on the body. Both are correct. Courtier, member of court. Now we will solve this puzzle. So we have to fill these blocks. So first spelling is cross, CROSS, then sight, then tiny, then ear, then roof, first, then street. So now we will fill these words in the blanks. Mother will be very cross if you don't go to school. As soon as he caught sight of the teacher, Mohan started writing, how do you like my tiny kitchen? Big enough for you, is it? My younger sister is now a year old. Standing on the roof, he saw children playing on the road. Don't make such a fuss, nothing will happen. Don't cross the street till the green lights on. So you will all complete the exercises given in the book. Now we will start our poem of this chapter, lesson 3. The shed. Class, what is shed? Shed is a kind of hut, a kind of structure which is used to give shelter, or which is used as a storeroom where we keep the things which are not in use. The shed is used for many purpose. So first of all, shed is a kind of hut or shelter. So first of all, we will read the introduction. Do you know what a shed is? I hope everyone has seen what is shed. There is a cow shed. These are made a little bit a distance from our house. These type of sheds are made at a distance from our house. A tool shed where we keep all the tools, all the things. A wood shed where we should use wood shed. For example, it is a small, we can say that it is a kind of small room which we use to keep things away from the main house, and this small room is made little at a distance from our house. And for what it is made? For storing and keeping things, animal. Some keep things in the shed, some keeps animals in the shed, and some keeps tools, and some keeps, and the purpose are different of the shed. So some use for keeping vehicles, tool, animals. So purpose are different, etc, etc. Ask your partner if she has ever seen a shade. I hope everyone has seen what is shade. Let him describe it to the class. Now I will read the poem. Now the poet will explain the shade which he has seen when he was a child. So speaker of the poem is the poet when he was a child. So there was a shed at the bottom of our garden with a spider's web hanging across the door. The hinges are rusty and the creak in the wind. When I am in bed, I lie and I listen. I'll open that door one day. So what is the poet saying? That there is a shed at the bottom of his garden. He is telling that, as you can see the picture, as you can see, it is in the bottom of the garden at the little bit back side of the garden. So there was a shed, a room, small room at the bottom of poet's garden with a spider's web hanging across the door. As you all know, the sheds, these type of places are not cleaned daily. They are there is no cleanliness. So as you all know that when we don't clean anything regularly and we leave the thing for a long time without any cleanliness, so there are so many there are spiders web are hanging. You can see if a room is not cleaned from a very long time, so there are so many spider web hanging across the door, across the wall, across the roof, so many things. If the thing is very old and it is not cleaned from a long time, so there are so many spider web hang. Okay, the hinges. What is the hinges? Hinges is the movable joint to which door open and close. Hinges are the part of a door which helps the door to move outside and inside. So as they are not in so much use, so their hinges, their doors are very rusty, full of rust and creak. They made a very hard sound. Creak means a hard sound, rusty means full of rust, and hinges means movable joint of a door. Creak means a hard sound. So as you all know that these type of shades of room doors are not in so much use. So their doors doors hinges make a sound when they are opened or closed. When a wind passed from there, they made a very harsh sound as they are not in so much use. When I am in bed, I lie and listen. And when poet is lying in his room, he can listen the sound which were made by the hinges of the door. He was listening the sound. So when he listened the sound, he was thinking that I'll open that door one day. He was thinking that he will open that door one day to see what is kept inside the shed. So he is becoming curious that he will open that door one day to see what is kept inside the shed. There is a dusty means full of dust, old window around at the side. So what is that? There is so much dust around the window as it is not in use, it is not opened for a long time, so it is full of dust. The window is full of dust with the three cracked panes of glass. Panes means sheet of glass. Panes means sheet of glass. So there are three sheets of glass which are cracked. As you can see in the picture, there are glasses in the picture. You can see of the window and they are cracked. The gaps are made on the sheet of the glass. I often think there's someone staring at me. It is natural when we try to look in a room or in a building which is very old and which is not in use, we think that someone is staring from inside. It is very natural thing that we experience, that we feel whenever we see a building or thing which is very old and which is not in use. We think that someone is staring from inside of the house. So the poet is also experiencing the same thing, that someone is staring. Staring means to look. Someone is looking from inside of the shed. Each time that I pass, whenever the poet passes from the passes from there, from near the shed, he thinks that someone is staring inside the shed. I'll peep. Peep means to look into something. Peep means to look into something. What is the poet is thinking, that I'll peep through the window one day. What he was thinking, that he will look into the shed through the window one day. Not now, as he was a little bit afraid. He has some kind of fear. So what he, whenever he pass, he thinks that someone is staring inside the house. So what he is thinking, he will look into the shed through the window one day, as he wanted to see in reality, is there someone in the shed or not. He wanted to know about that it is reality or not, someone is staring from the shed or not. My brother says there is a ghost in the shed. And what the poet's brother says about the shed to the brother, that there is a ghost lived in the world. He is making him afraid. What his brother is doing, he is terrifying, is that mostly our elder brother do, either brothers or either sister parents do with us, that they always tell that there is a ghost. So what his brother is saying, that there is a ghost who lived in the shed, who hides under the rotten means spoiled floorboard, means boards of wood which are fixed on the floor. So what is and where the ghost is hiding, what his brother is saying, that the ghost is hiding under the floor which is made of woods. And if I ever dare to set foot, what he said, if you will go into the shed, what he will do, he will jump on you and chop off my head. Chop means to cut. And what his brother is telling to the poet, that if he will go inside the shed, the ghost, he is used for the ghost, that the ghost will jump out and cut the poet's head. He is terrifying him. But I'll take a peek in one day. But the poet is not terrifying. He has decided that he will go. Peek means also to look into something. But the poet has decided that he will go inside the shed one day. He has decided that he will go inside the shed one day. Why he will go, I know that there is not, he is not believing on the talk of his brother, that there is a ghost inside the shed and he hides under rotten floorboards. And if the poet will go, he is not believing all the things which were told by his brother. So now he decided that he is not accepting nothing. So he decided that he will peek one day. My brother tells lies to keep the shed. And the poet was thinking, that his brother was telling lie, that he doesn't want that the poet should go inside the den, and he wanted to keep that place as a secret place. Den is used for a secret place where we used to go. That is called den. Den is also used for cave, but here is used as a particular place where a person usually go. So his brother was telling all the lies about the shed, about the ghost, as he wanted that the poet should not go inside the shed, and he wanted to keep the place as a secret place. there is not anyone staring or making. Now the poet is saying that there is no one who is staring or making strays, nor he is not accepting that there is a ghost or something else who is staring. He is not believing, he is not terrifying, and the spider web has been and what he is thinking, that the spider web has been gone from his web. What spider has been gone from the his claim that there is no fear inside the shed. Since I don't know when, now he is telling that he doesn't know when he will go inside the shed. I'll go, but he has decided then one day for sure he will go in the shed. But when, he doesn't know when he will go, but he decided that one day he will go inside the shed to check out what is kept in the shed. There, uh, either there is a ghost or not. All the questions which are occurring in his mind, to sort out them, he will go inside the shed one day, but not just yet, but not now, not the present time he will go, but on some day in future he will go inside the shed. Okay class, so I hope you have enjoyed this poem, and on Monday I'll send the notes of this poem. But make sure that till Sunday evening you work your thought, your syllabus, and the notes of the chapter 3 Gopal and Hilsha bill should be completed. Okay class, and make sure only doing work is not enough. You have to do the work in the nice way to improve the quality of your work, that your copy should look good and avoid spelling errors. Each and everything should be paid attention by you, and I hope you will do it. Thank you.